All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and it is not looking good for Fani Willis. This woman is constantly getting herself in more and more trouble, and the more trouble she get in is a win for Donald Trump. Now, we all know that Fani Willis lied under oath. We know that Nathan Wade had lied under oath. We know Terrence Bradley had lied under oath. We know it was some things that Fani Willis told Terrence Bradley that he better not say. And don't y'all remember the one thing that Fani Willis told the judge and everybody in the courtroom, talking about that it was some racist white people surrounded her house was the reason that she left and stuff like that? Well, news come out that right there was a lie. That Fani Willis literally made all of that up to try to make herself look good, to still try to take out Donald Trump. So she lied about the whole situation, talking about it was a mob of racist white people surrounding her home, shouting out, calling her the N-word, and all that come back to be false. This woman is a known liar. That's all she's been doing. And that's all she's still been doing. So we definitely finna go ahead and unpack this right here. Like I said, make sure y'all please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. Also want to thank everybody who clicked on this video for the very first time. And shout out to the ones that always come straight in, hit that like button, and always watches the video until the very end. Because when you watch the entire video, YouTube will share it so more people can see my reaction, and that right there definitely helps the channel grow. So I appreciate everybody that leaves a message in the comment section saying, "Hey dog, I watched the entire video." I really appreciate all of you that do that. Like I said, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. As y'all can see, the headline say that police say they have no records to support claim that mob of racist whites surrounded Fani Willis' home. Then if you see up under it, say Fani Willis' father testified that police were called after a mob shouted the N-word and someone else painted the N-word on Willis' home. The South Fulton police say they have no record of the incident. So really, Fani Willis literally just made up this whole entire thing saying that they called the police and they did this, they did that, and it come back to be a freaking lie. That is just crazy. Now look at this. The police said there was no cause that they came out there because of something like this. This woman's up there just been lying the whole time, and I've been sitting here calling this crap out. So let's go ahead and keep it going, y'all. As you can see, say, in the court proceedings involving whether Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis hired her boyfriend to try the president of the United States for a crime and lied about it, one piece of sworn testimony was particularly dramatic. Her father, John Floyd III, testified to the court in February that his daughter was forced to move after she was first elected. After she was sworn in on January 1st of 2021, on or about the 3rd of February at probably 5 to 5:30 a.m. in the morning, Floyd explained. There were people outside her house cursing and yelling and calling her the N-word, the B word and the N-word. It was bizarre. Fortunately, the neighbors called the police and disbanded the group. So obviously we know that that whole sentence I just read was a freaking lie. So the police said they had no calls from that residence. There was no police there. There was no white people calling her the B word and the N word. It was just something she made up to try to make her story look good so she can continue trying to go after Donald Trump. That's the reason why this case needs to be thrown out. This woman been lying this entire time. If y'all been watching me since I've been covering this, I've been calling this woman a liar for the longest, and now you see it. Everything she say, all she care about is trying to take out Donald Trump, and she trying to lie her way to do it. And it need to be stopped. So that whole sentence I just read was a freaking lie. So as y'all can see right here, it say, that was his explanation for why Willis wound up living in an apartment owned by a friend who testified that Willis was dating Nathan Wade before she hired him to lead the prosecution. Floyd remained in the house, which was owned by Willis until 2022, and detailed the threats in his testimony. They said they were going to blow up the house, kill her, kill me, kill my grandchildren. I mean, on and on. I was concerned for her safety. He testified. It was so crazy. We had people. We had a guy who showed up in a parked car for probably 8 hours, and we'll call the police. The South Fulton police first put a car in front of the house that was there permanently, a police car. They brought a person with a dog once, sometime twice a day, to circle the house to look for bombs, he said. Also, somebody sprayed again the B word and N word on the house. I don't think my daughter even knew that. I cleaned it off and called the police. The South Fulton police, I'm sure, they have the records of the things that happened. So if we look at that, y'all, just listen to this part right here. If somebody sprayed something on your house, why would you wipe it off and then call the police? Why not leave it there so they can see exactly what happened? So you telling me they did that, you wiped it off and then say, okay, I wiped it off, now let me call the police. Like, now her father, like, it's like he in on with the lie. That is just crazy. Why would you, if somebody did something like that, if I call the police, I want them to see exactly what happened so they don't call me a liar or think that I'm lying. Why would I wipe it off and then call them? I leave it on there, call the police so they can see it, and then wipe it off. But I'm telling you, like, you can't believe anything that they say. It's like he's helping her lie. Boy, I tell you the truth, bro. I'm telling you, if liar had a name. So advocacy say, but in response to a public records request by the Daily Wire, the city of South Fulton Police Department said it had no record of any of those incidents. In fact, the single incident report pertaining to the home was a report of an abandoned vehicle in July 2021. The vehicle was impounded. So how are we supposed to believe Fani Willis if now she got her dad in on the lie? It just don't make no sense. She literally got her dad in on this lie, because I never know somebody to do something like this. They're just like if somebody bust your car window out or something. Or either, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say somebody bust your car window out. You drive, go get all that glass up, put a new window in your car window, put a new glass in your car window, and call the police and say, somebody busted my glass out. Then when the police get there, they're gonna be like, where's the glass? I don't see any glass, bro. Oh, well, I went and got it fixed. What? You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. That's the reason why the story, it just seemed like it just made up. That's the reason why I've been saying is that Fani Willis was lying. We knew her dad was lying. He was just trying to cover up. I understand that's your daughter, but we knew he was lying. All of them was lying. Every last one of them was just lying under oath. Like he told her it's best to keep a lot of money at the house. That's a black person thing. Like, look, I don't know what he's talking about. That's y'all thing. So it's like, the woman already said that she kept some of her campaign money. Remember, she even blurted that out. So we know that Fani Willis, all she's been doing this entire time is lying. And that's why I was so upset with Judge McAfee, because we all figured that he would have did the right thing. He can tell that Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, all of them was lying. Remember when Nathan Wade had to look up in the air for 15 to 20 seconds? With, you know what I'm saying? Just to remember if Fani Willis was at the cabin with him. He couldn't even remember that, which we know he know if Fani Willis was there or not. But why did he look in the air for 15 to 20 seconds trying to figure it out, and then finally said no? So you could tell just by the actions that they was lying the entire time, but yet this judge still let him walk scot-free, even though Nathan Wade got removed, which he put it up in Fani Willis's hand to do, which we knew that's what she was going to do. She wasn't going to recuse herself and remove her entire office. She wasn't going to do that. So it's just crazy to me. But this is very, very serious, and Judge McAfee should definitely do something about it, because this woman literally lied in your courtroom about this, about police being called, and then now come to find out they said there was no call from that, there was no incident reported or anything. This woman just straight made up this whole story on why she moved. But her father, so if they did that to her and it was at that house, why would her father still stay there? Why he didn't leave either if that was the case? Because if you got an angry white mob or racist white people, you saying surrounded your house, why would he stay there and you be the one gone? Because if that's the case, they'll still show up because they'll think she's inside. if that was the case. But obviously we know that was a lie, because he would have left too. Her dad would have left the house too if that was the case. So the lies are just starting to add up now. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So let's go ahead and finish it up. It say, South Fulton Police Chief of Staff Jubal Rogers said in an interview in which the Daily Wire explained that it was seeking corroborations of Floyd's testimony that he had not been able to locate any records, but that Madam D.A. Willis has her own executive protection along with sworn officer, plus Fulton County has officers, so it was possible that another entity handled the incidents. The Fulton County Police Department, however, said that no records exist in response to a public records request for any police report, incident report, or dispatch log from November 1st, 2020 through June 1st, 2021 pertaining to the block. The request noted that this is the home of District Attorney Fani Willis and her father, John Clifford Floyd III, who may have a FCPD protection detail. This right here is just crazy, y'all. I'm telling you now. But it said the Fulton County Sheriff's Office told the Daily Wire that it had no record of any incident on the block in the first half of 2021. A spokeswoman for the Fulton County Marshal said that the office was not involved. A spokesman for Willis, Jeff DeSantis, did not respond to a question about the lack of police records and the request to provide records on threats from Willis' security detail. While the absence of public records does not prove definitely that the events did not happen, it raises questions, particularly because Floyd specified that a neighbor called the police, meaning it would likely not be internal to a special security detail. Floyd also said that Fulton County Police responded and that there were threats to kill him, presumably also not falling under the DA's security detail. The story continued contending that in Fulton County, where 74% of residents voted against Donald Trump and the plurality of people are black, a mob of early bird racists gathered at 5:30 a.m. to shout racial slurs at the home of an obscure public official who had the power to put them in jail is in some ways reminiscent of actor Jussie Smollett's claim that while he was walking in sub-zero temperatures in Chicago with a Subway sandwich, white men screamed the N-word and F-word at him while saying Chicago was MAGA country. He was ultimately jailed for filing a false police report. And that right there, the reason why, if this the case right here that Fani Willis, lied about this, she needs to be in jail for just making all of this up. She should be in jail. So then it go on to say, questions of credibility were at the core of Fulton County proceeding, which ended in Judge Scott McAfee ordering that either Willis or Wade be removed from the case against Trump. Wade resigned in March. Willis said she began a relationship with Wade after she hired him as a special prosecutor in November 2021, rather than properly steering a contract to a paramount. An expert witness for the defense said that Willis and Wade exchanged 12,000 texts and calls between January and November of 2021. Wade acknowledged that he said under oath that he had not spent time with other women before his divorce was finalized, even though that was not true. Wade used his work credit card to pay for extravagant trips with Willis. Willis contended that she reimbursed him, though there was no record of it because it was in cash. Floyd sought to bolster his daughter's credibility by saying he advertised her to keep thousands of dollars in cash on hand because it's a black thing. Willis began a criminal probe into Trump days after purported mob outside her home and ultimately charged Trump and 18 others with charges related to the alleged election interference. The case has been paused since the March ruling, as the disqualification ruling has been before an appeals court, but is likely to return to the public. I assume the appeals court has until mid-May to decide whether it will review McAfee's ruling, in which the judge declined to dismiss the case entirely on the basis of prosecutorial misconduct, despite criticizing Willis for legally improper activity, which we all know she should have been gone. But like I mentioned before, I'm going to keep saying it. Re-election was coming up, and I guess the spineless Judge McAfee didn't want to step on anybody's toe because he wanted them to vote for him. So obviously we all know that's what it was. But it going to say in October, Willis used a purported 150 threats against her as justification for asking the Fulton County Board of Commissioners to allow her to designate more staff as personal employees not subject to some personal rules, saying she's got to have people who are loyal to me. An Alabama man was charged that month with leaving a threatening voicemail about Willis on a Fulton County customer service line. Wow. So as y'all can see, that was everything right there. Like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about all of this. Because to me, it seems like she lied. Because they said they don't have any reports, no calls, no incident reports or anything to fit with the narrative that she put out there, the reason why she moved. Because I'm getting it like this. If y'all was getting threatened like that and people were surrounding your house, why would you leave and leave your dad there? Why would he continue to stay there if that was the case? Regardless if he's a man, woman, regardless, you still getting up out that house if that's the case. So why would she leave but he stay there? And continue to get harassed or bullied if that was the case. So that's the reason why I kept saying this story just didn't add up. And it don't make any sense. So this right here is crazy. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Shout out to everybody that stayed to the very end. I told y'all I try my best to keep y'all up to date with everything that's going on. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Like I said, thank you all for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.